Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the action thriller movie Atomic Blonde. This movie was released in 2017. The story takes us to Berlin, Germany, where the Cold War was almost ending. The movie is full of action, mystery, and suspense. If you like spicy movies with amazing fight scene, then this movie can be a good choice. The main character is Lauren Broughton. She is a top M16 agent. She is very smart, calm, and fearless. One day, she gets a very dangerous mission. A secret list has been stolen. This list contains the names of many secret agents. If this list reaches the wrong people, many agents can die. So Lauren is sent to Berlin to find the list before anyone else gets it. When Lauren reaches Berlin, she quickly understands that nobody can be trusted. Every person has a secret. Some people look friendly, but they may be enemies. Others look dangerous, but they may help her. This makes the story very interesting because the audience never know who is telling the truth and who is lying. From the first few minutes, the movie creates a dark atmosphere that keeps you excited to see what will happen next. As the mission starts, Lauren meets David Parcival, a M16 officer who has been working in Berlin for a long time. From the first meeting, Parcival looks confident, funny, and very relaxed, but Lauren feels that something is not right about him. Sometimes he helps her and sometimes he hides important information. This makes both Lauren and the audience confused. Is Parsival a loyal friend or is he playing his own game? This question must stay in your mind for a long time. Soon after this, Lauren learns about another important person named Spyglass. He is not a fighter, but he has something much more valuable. He has seen the secret list and remember every single lamb without writing anything down. This makes him one of the most important people in the whole story. Every secret agency wants to find him first because whoever controls a spyglass can control the future of many secret agents. The streets of Berlin are full of danger. Every corner feels unsafe. Lauren can't trust the police, the local people, or even the agents who work for the same side. Every meeting can become a fight, every conversation can become a trap. This creates a strong suspense because the movie never gives easy answers. Instead, it keeps adding new secrets one after another. One of the best thing about this movie is its action. The fight scene do not look fake. When Lauren fights, she gets tried, she gets hurt, she makes mistakes, she wins because she never gives up, not because she has superpowers. Every punch, every kick, and every fall feels real. This makes the action more exciting and more believable. You can almost feel how painful every fight is. There is no long fight scene, instead a apartment building that many people call the best part of the movie. The camera follows Lauren without showing many cuts. Because of this, the fight looks natural and continuous. She fights several enemies one after another. Sometimes she wins, sometimes she almost lost, but she keeps moving forward. This scene show that Lauren is not just brave; she is also very determined. While watching this scene. It feels like you are understanding right beside her. Another thing that makes Atomic Blonde special is its beautiful visual style. The movie uses blue, purple, and pink lights in many scenes. The secret look cold, the buildings look old, and the night scene create a stylish atmosphere. Every frame looks like a high quality photograph. Even when nobody is talking, the visuals tell a story. The background music also matches every scene perfectly. Old songs from the 19th century make every action scene even more powerful and enjoyable. As the story moves forward, Lauren starts finding small clues. Every clue brings her closer to the truth, but it also creates new questions. Slowly, she realizes that the biggest danger may not come from her enemies, it may come from someone standing very close to her. At this point, the movie becomes even more interesting because nobody knows who will betray whom. The mystery keeps growing, and every new scene changes what you believed just a few minutes earlier. As Lauren goes deeper into her mission, she understands that this is no longer only about finding a secret list. Now it becomes a game where every person is trying to survive. One wrong step can end the mission forever. Every phone call, every meeting, and every small message can change everything. This is the reason why the movie keeps you interested from one scene to the next. Just when you think you know the truth, the story changes again. During the investigation, Lauren meets Delphine LaSalle. Delphine is kind, friendly, and very different from the other agent in Berlin. She believes that Lauren is someone she can trust, but Lauren know that in the world of space, truth is almost expensive thing. Even when she want to believe someone, she she always stay careful because one mistake can destroy the entire mission. The relationship between Lauren and Delphine adds another layer to the story. Their conversation are calm, but the danger around them never disappears. Every time they meet, it feels like someone is secretly watching them. This creates a strong tension because the audience know that Berlin is full of hidden enemies. The movie also shows how difficult the life of a secret agent really is. From the outside, people think spies only wear stylish clothes and fight bad people, but this movie shows something different. A spy can't tell anyone the truth. A spy can't easily make friends. A spy can't trust even the people working in the same organization. Every day is full of fear, pressure, and difficult decision. Lauren carries all this pressure without showing her emotions. One thing I really liked is that Lauren is not shown as a perfect hero. She gets injured many times after every fight. You can see barrier bruises on her face and pain in her body. She breathes heavily, walks slowly, and still gets ready for the next mission. This makes her character feel human instead of unreal. The audience starts respecting her because she never stops, even when everything becomes difficult. The movie also pays great attention to small details. The costumes, hairstyles, old cars, buildings, and music all make Berlin look exactly like the late 19th century. It feels like you have traveled back in time. Nothing looks out of place. Even the smallest locations help create the feeling that you are inside a real Cold War city. Another strong point is the camera work. During action scene, the camera stay close to Lauren, making every punch and every fall feel real. During quiet scene, the camera moves slowly, allowing the audience to notice the small expression on the face of the characters. Sometimes a single look say more than a long conversation. This silent storytelling is one of the reason why the movie feels different from many other action films. As Lauren collects more information, she notices that different intelligence agencies are secretly competing with each other. Everyone say that they are working for justice, but many people are actually working only for themselves. Some agents want money, some want power, and some only want to stay alive. Because of this, the line between hero and villain becomes very unclear. You start asking yourself who is really good and who is only pretending to be good. The suspense becomes stronger with every passing minute. Every clue leads to another mystery. Every answer gets to new questions. The movie never rushes to explain everything. Instead, it slowly builds excitement until the audience become completely involved in the story. Even when there is no action on the screen, the conversations are so important that you have to listen carefully. One small sentence can become the biggest clue later in the movie. The biggest strength of Atomic Blonde is that it respects the audience. It does not explain everything immediately. It expects you to think, remember small details, and connect different events yourself. Because of this, the movie feels intelligence without becoming too difficult. If you pay attention from the beginning, everything becomes more meaningful as the story moves closer to its final secret. Now, the story becomes even more serious. Lauren understands that every hour is important. The secret list is still missing, and many people are ready to kill for it. Nobody wants this list to reach another country because it contains information that can change the future of many secret agents. This is no longer a simple mission, it has become a race against time. At the same time, David Parcival starts acting more secretly. Sometimes he gives useful information to Lauren, but later he behaves as if he knows much more than he is saying. These actions create many question. Why is hiding things? Is he protecting someone, or is he secretly working for another side? The movie never answers these questions quickly. Instead, it slowly builds curiosity, making the audience think after every scene. Meanwhile, Spyglass become the most important person in the city. Many agents are searching for him because he remembered every name from the secret list. Spyglass is always afraid because he knows that if he is catched, his life will end. Lauren promised to protect him, but she know she also knows that protecting one person in Berlin is almost impossible. Every street is full of danger and everybody may have hidden enemies. One thing I really enjoyed in this movie is the way it creates suspense. There are many scenes where nobody is fighting, but you still feel nervous. A simple conversation inside a room become exciting because you never know if someone is telling the truth. Even a people standing quietly in the background can become important later. The movie asks the audience to observe every small detail. The direction of this movie is also very impressive. Every scene has a purpose, nothing feels unnecessary, even when the movie becomes slow or a few minutes. It is actually preparing the audience for something much bigger. This balance between action and story makes the movie different from many other spy films. The action scene also deserve special praise. Lauren never fights like a superhero. She uses whatever she can find around her. Sometimes she uses a chair, sometimes a belt, sometimes a broken object lying on the floor. This makes every fight look realistic. The enemies are also strong, so every fight feels dangerous until the very end. Another great thing is the sound design during the action scene. Every punch, every kick, every broken glass, and every footstep sound powerful. During quiet scene, the movie becomes almost silent, making the audience focus only on the characters. This change between loud action and silent tension keeps the experience fresh from beginning to end. The movie also shows the emotional side of Lauren without making her look weak. She knows that every mission has a price. Sometimes good people lose their lives, and sometimes difficult decisions have to be made for a bigger purpose. Even when she feels sadness, she continues moving forward because she knows the mission must be completed. As the story moves closer to its final part, the number of twists keeps increasing. Every new discovery changes the meaning of the previous scene. The audience starts remembering old conversations because suddenly those small moments become very important. This is one of the smartest parts of the screenplay. The writers leave small clues throughout the movie, but most people notice them only after the truth starts coming out. The Cold War background also makes the story more interesting. Different countries are secretly trying to gain a advantage over each other. Nobody wants to lose information and nobody wants to trust another country completely. Because of this political situation, every character has their own goal. Some people want power, some want survival, and some simply want freedom. By this point, Lauren realized that finding the secret list is only one part of the mission. The bigger challenge is finding out who is truly loyal and who has been lying from the beginning. Every answer brings another mystery, and every mystery pushes the story forward. A powerful climax. As a viewer, you feel that something hug is about to happen, but you still can't guess exactly who anything will end. Now, the movie enters its most exciting part. By this time, Lauren has collected many clues, but instead of making the mission easier, every clue makes the situation more dangerous. She starts connecting small pieces of information that looked and unimportant before. Slowly she understands that someone has been controlling everything from behind the scene. This person is always one step ahead, making it almost impossible for Lauren to know whom she should trust. At this stage, every character being showing a different side of their personality. The people who looked honest at the beginning now become suspicious. On the other hand, now some characters who look dangerous start happening in unexpected way. This this constant change keeps the audience thinking. Every few minutes, the story changes direction and you are forced to guess what will happen next. The screenplay is written in a very smart way. Instead of explaining everything. Through long conversation, the movie lets the audience discover the truth little by little. A small look, a short dialogue, or even a silent moment becomes meaningful later. When you watch the movie for the second time, you notice many details that you missed during the fight. Watch another thing the deserve appreciation is the performance of Lauren. She keeps she speaks with confidence, but she never talks more than unnecessary. She carefully watches every person face before unanswering, even when she smiles. It is difficult to know what she is really thinking. This makes her one of the strongest spy character in modern action movies. The Berlin setting is also a major reason why the movie feels special. The old street, broken buildings, dark tunnels, runway station, and empathy road create a feeling that danger is anywhere, everywhere. Even during daytime, the city looks cold and lonely. At night, the lights and shadows make every location feel mysterious. The camera uses these locations beautifully, making Berlin almost feel like another important character in the story. The movie also uses silence very effectively. Many action films depend only on loud music, but Atomic Blonde know when to strike quiet. During several scenes, you hear only footsteps, breathing, or the sound of the wind. These small sounds increase the tension because the audience feel that something unexpected is about to happen. As the mission moves forward, Lauren realizes that protecting a spyglass is becoming almost impossible. Too many people are following them. Every road has enemies, every building has hidden danger, and every escape plan become more difficult than the last one. She has to make quick decisions without knowing whether they are right or wrong. This pressure makes every scene more exciting. One of the one of the strongest parts of the movie is the villains are not shown as simple bad people. One of the strongest parts of the movie is that villains are not shown as simple bad people. This creates a battle that is not only physical but also mental. The movie also reminds us that in the world of space, truth is never simple. Every agency say it is fighting for justice, but every agency also hides secrets. Nobody tells the complete trust because everyone has their own mission. This makes the audience question every decision made by every character. As we move closer to the climax, the suspense becomes stronger than ever. Every conversation feels important, every action has a hidden meaning. The audience know that the final trust is very close, but the movie still refuses to reveal. Instead, it keeps building excitement step by step. This is where Atomic Blonde becomes much more than a action movie. It becomes a story about trust, betrayal, loyalty, survival, and sacrifice. Every character is forced to make difficult choices, and every choice has serious consequences. That is why the final part of the movie feels so powerful because everything that happened from the beginning slowly starts coming together. Now, the movie reaches the point where every small decision becomes very important. Lorraine is no longer just following clues, now she is trying to stay alive while completing her mission. Every minute feels dangerous because she knows that someone is always watching her. Even when she enters a quiet room, she first looks around carefully before saying a single word. This shows how experienced she is as a secret agent. As the investigation continues, Lorraine starts remembering many conversations that happened earlier in the movie. At first, those conversations looked normal, but now she realizes that they were actually giving small hints. This is one of the biggest strengths of Atomic Blonde. The movie never gives all the answers immediately. Instead, it rewards the audience for paying attention from the very beginning. The tension between Lauren and David Parcival also becomes much stronger. Every time they meet, it feels like both of them are hiding something. They talk politely, but their eyes tell a different story. Neither of them fully believes the other. Every sentence looks like a test. One wrong answer could completely change the situation. One thing I really liked is how the movie makes intelligence more important than strength. In many action movies, the hero only wins because they fight better than anyone else. But in Atomic Blonde, the biggest weapon is information. Whoever has the correct information controls the game. This idea makes the story feel fresh and different. The action scene also become bigger as the movie moves forward. There are fast chases through the street of Berlin, dangerous escape and close fights where every second matters. Lauren never looks relaxed during these moments. She is always thinking, always planning, and always searching for the safest way to complete the mission. Even after escaping one danger, another problem appears almost immediately. The cinematography deserves special praise. praise. Many scenes use reflection from mirrors and windows. Sometimes you see the character through glasses instead of directly. This visual style matches the story become nothing is completely clear. Just like the reflection, every character has two sides. What you see is not always the truth. The music also plays a very important role. Instead of using modern songs, the movie uses famous songs for the from the 1980th century. 1980th century. This song perfectly matches the Cold War setting. During action scene, the music increases the excitement. During emotional moment, it quietly supports the story without becoming too loud. This balance makes every scene more memorable. Another interesting point is that Lauren rarely shows fear on her face. Even when she is surrounded by enemies, she is struck lame, but the movie gives a small moment. where you can see that she is under hug pressure. She is not fearless because danger does not exist. She is fearless because she keeps moving when danger is everywhere. The movie also avoids unnecessary comedy. There are a few light moments, but the overall atmosphere stays serious from beginning to end. This helps the audience remains fully connected to the story. Every scene feels important and very little scene time is wasted. As the mystery becomes deeper, Lorena starts asking herself one important question: what if the real enemy is someone outside the same system? This thought changed everything. Suddenly, every old meeting, every old conversation, and every old decision become suspicious. The audience also starts questioning every character they trusted before. The movie does a excellent job of creating an uncertainty. You never feel complete comfortable because the story can surprise you at any moment. Just when it looks like Lauren has solved the mystery, another unexpected event changes everything again. By this point, the audience is completely involved in the story. The action is exciting, the mystery is growing, and the truth is still hidden. Every scene pushes the movie closer to its final reveal, but the writers continue holding back the biggest secrets. This slow building up is one of the main reasons why Atomic Blonde remains such a engaging spy thriller. Now the story reaches its most dangerous stage. At this point, Lauren understands that the mission is much bigger than the imagined. In the beginning, she believed she only had to recover the secret list, but now she realizes that the list is connected to a much larger network of spies, secret agencies, and hidden plans. Every person she has met since arriving in Berlin now become part of a much bigger puzzle. The movie becomes even more interesting because it never tells the audience what to believe. Instead, it shows different events from different point of view. One character says something, but another character gives a completely different version of the same event. As a viewer, you have to decide whom you believe. This style make the story feel realistic because in the world of intelligence, truth is often hidden behind lies. Lauren now begins taking bigger risk. She enters Danger's palace without knowing who is waiting inside. Sometimes she has only a few seconds to make a decision. Should he run? Should he fight? Should he trust the person standing in front of her? Every choice can completely change the mission. Watching this moment keeps the audience on the edge of their seats. The movie also shows how lonely the life of a secret agent can be. Lauren can't call anyone for help. She can't tell anyone what she is feeling she must carry every problem alone, even when she is badly injured. After a long fight, she gets up, cleans herself, and continues moving forward because stopping is not an option. This makes her character even stronger in eyes of the audience. As the mission continues, David Percival becomes more mysterious than ever. Sometimes he behaves like a lawyer partner, but in the very next scene, he does something that creates doubt. This action never gives a clear answer. The audience keeps asking the same question again and again. What is Parsival really planning? Is he helping Lauren, or is he secretly leading her into danger? Another thing that makes this movie special is its realistic action. There are no impossible jump or unbelievable superhero moments. Every fight feels different. Even victories comes after pain and hard effort. Lauren becomes tired, loses her balance, get hit many times, and sometimes barely survives. Because of this, every action scene feels exciting from start to finish. The editing is also excellent. The movie moves between quiet conversation and intense action without feeling confusing. Every scene naturally connects to the next one. Even when the story is slow down, it is actually preparing the audience for another important discovery. Nothing feels unnecessary. The background music continues to play an important role. Sometimes a old 19th century song starts during a fight scene, creating a strange but exciting feeling. Instead of making the action feel lighter, the music makes the scene even more memorable. The combination of stylish visuals, powerful music, and realistic action gives Atomic Blonde its own unique identity. The Cold War setting also become more important as the movie moves forward. Different countries are trying to protect their own secrets. Every agency wants information, but nobody wants to share it. This political tension stays in the background of the atmosphere. Every scene, even when two characters are simple talking, you know that much bigger events are happening around them. One of the smartest parts of the screenplay is that the movie respects the audience intelligence. It does not stop every few minutes to explain everything. Instead, it trusts the viewers to remember earlier scenes and connect the clues. This makes the final revelation much more satisfying because they feel earned instead of forced. As Lauren gets closer to the truth, she starts noticing that almost everyone has a hidden motive. Some people want power, some want money, some want revenge, others simply want to survive because every character has a personal goal. It becomes impossible to predict what they will do next. The constant uncertainty keeps the suspense alive until the very end. By this point, the audience feel the climax is very close. Every clue has been collected. Every major character has played a important role, but the biggest played a important role, but the biggest secret is still hidden. The movie keeps building tension step by step, making the viewer engaged to discover who has been telling the truth and who has been playing a dangerous game from the beginning. Now the movie enters the final stage before the climax, and this is where the story becomes even more exciting. Lauren has almost completed her mission, but the danger around her is greater than ever before. She knows that the person she is looking for is very close. Yet one small mistake can destroy everything she has worked for. Every step she takes feels heavy because she understands that there may not be another chance. By one, Lauren has one important lesson: never trust anyone too quickly. Every person she met in Berlin had their own secret. Every some lied to shave themselves, some lied for their country, and some lied simply because they want more hidden behind beautiful words and friendly smiles. The audience also starts questioning every character because nobody looks completely innocent anymore. By now, Lauren has learned one important lesson: never truth anyone too quickly. Every person she met in Berlin had their own secret. Some lied to save themselves, some lied for their country, and some lied simply because they want more power. This created a world where truth is hidden behind beautiful words and friendly smiles. The audience also starts questioning every character because nobody looks completely innocent anymore. At the same time, David Parshall continues behaving in a strange way. Sometimes he speaks like an old friend of Lauren, but a few moments later he does something that creates even more doubt. The movie never clearly tells us whether Parshall is a hero or a villain. Instead, it leaves a small clues, allowing the audience to make their own guesses. This makes this is character one of the most interesting people in the movie. The screenplay becomes stronger because every earlier scene now starts connecting together. A small conversation that looked imagine meaningless is the beginning suddenly becomes very important. Even a short dialogue from the first half of the movie now has a complete different meaning. Their clever writing rewards viewers who have been paying attention from the start. Another thing I really appreciate was the confidence of Lauren. Even when the when she is surrounded by danger, she never loses control. She carefully studies every situation before acting. Sometimes she wins without throwing a single punch because she uses her intelligence instead of only her strength. This is what makes her such a unique hero action. The movie also show that information can be more powerful than weapons. Everyone is chasing the secret list because Knowledge is the biggest source of power. A gun can defeat one person, but information can change the future of entire organization. This idea gives the movie much more depth than a normal action film. The action scene continue to impress. Every fight looks painful and realistic. When Lauren falls down, she does not immediately stand up like nothing happened. She struggles, feels pain, and still forces herself to continue. This realistic approach makes every victory feel earned instead of easy. The movie also uses lighting in a beautiful way. Many scenes are filled with blue and purple colors, while others use dark shadows to create mystery. These visuals are not only stylish but also match the emotions of the story. Whenever Lauren enters a dangerous place, the environment itself makes the audience feel uncomfortable before anything even happens. As the story moves closer to its final moment, the pace becomes faster. The quiet investigation slowly turns into danger stage. Secret meetings become life-threatening situation. Characters who were stalking peacefully only a few minutes ago suddenly find themselves fighting for survival. This constant chance keep the audience completely involved. One of the biggest strengths of Atomic Blonde is its balance. It never forget the story while showing action, and it never forget the action while telling the story. Both parts work together perfectly. Because of the balance, the movie feels exciting from beginning to almost the very end. By now, Lauren realized that the mission is about much more than finding a stolen list. It is also about discovering the truth hidden behind month of lies, secret plans, and betrayal. Every clue is finally leading toward one last answer, but the movie still keeps its biggest surprise hidden. As a viewer, you can feel that something unforgettable is about to happen. The suspense becomes stronger with every passing minute. Every conversation feels important. Every look between the character feels meaningful. The audience know that the truth is only a few scenes away, but the movie continues building excitement instead of revealing anything too quickly. At this point, Lauren is completely prepared for weather comes next. See Melo's friends has powerful enemies and risk her own life, but she also know that if she stop now, the entire mission will fail. So without looking back, she moves toward the final confrontation, ready to face the biggest challenge of her career. Now the movie reaches the point where every secret is about to come into the open. The atmosphere becomes heavier, the tension becomes stronger, and every character knows that the final moment of the mission are very close. Lauren has collected enough clues to understand that the truth is much bigger than anyone expected. But even now, she refuses to trust anyone completely because she knows that the biggest betrayal can happen at the very last moment. As Lauren moves through Berlin, she noticed that many people who were secretly watching her are now becoming one more active Earlier they stayed in the shadows, but now they began making their moves openly. This tells Lauren that time is running out. If she waits any longer, the secret list may disappear forever and the entire mission will become a failure. One thing that makes this parts of the movie so exciting is that almost every scene has two meanings. A normal conversation sounds simple on the surface, but hidden inside it are clues that only become clear later. The writing do an amazing job of making every dialogue important. Even a few simple words can completely change the audience understanding of the story. During these final moments before the climax, Lauren becomes even more careful. She watches every person's body language, every facial expression, and every small reaction. She know that experienced spies often reveal the truth without speaking a single word. Because of this, the movie gives many silent moments where the audience has to observe carefully instead of only listening. Meanwhile, David Parcival continues acting in a way that keeps everyone guessing. Sometimes he seems ready to help Lauren complete the mission. At other time, his action make him look like the most dangerous person in Berlin. The movie never gives a easy answer, and uncertainty makes every scene involving Parsival extremely interesting. Another thing I really liked is how the movie avoids simple heroes and simple villains. Every character believes they are doing the right thing. Some are fighting for their country, some are protecting secret information, some are only trying to survive. Because everyone has their own religion, the audience understand that this is not a battle between good and evil. It is a battle between different goals and different loyalties. The action also becomes more intense. There are moments where Lauren has to fight without any time to prepare. She uses quick thinking instead of only strength. Sometimes she escapes by making smart decisions rather than defeating every enemy. This shows that intelligence is just important as physical ability. The movie also continues showing the real cost of being a spy. Every fight leaves injuries, every decision creates new problems. Lauren does not come out battles looking perfect. Her face shows bruises, her body shows pain, and her eyes show that she has been crying enormous pressure throughout the mission. This realistic approach makes her feel like a real human being instead of a impossible action hero. Visually, these scenes are absolutely beautiful. The dark street of Berlin, the bright neon lights, the rain, the reflection in windows, and the quiet buildings all create a unforgettable atmosphere. Every frame looks carefully designed, even if someone pushes the movie at almost any moment, it looks like a stylish photography. The music also becomes quieter during several important scenes. Instead of using loud background sounds, the movie allows silence to create suspense. You hear footsteps, breathing, doors opening, and distant city noises. This small sound makes the audience feel as if they are standing beside Lauren, experiencing every danger moment with her. As everything moves toward the final confrontation, Lauren realized that the best challenge is not finding the truth, it is proving whom she can trust with that truth. In the world of secret agent, information is more valuable than money, and loyalty can disappear in a single moment. This idea becomes the heart of the movie during its final act. By now, every major character has reached a turning point. The choice they make in the next few moments will decide who survive, who succeed, and whose secret remain hidden forever. The audience can clearly feel that the climax is only a few scenes away. The excitement keeps growing, but the movie still refuses to reveal its biggest surprise. This slow building up is one of the reasons why Atomic Blonde stands out from many other action movies. Instead of rushing toward the ending, it carefully increases the suspense, allowing every important character to play their role before the final truth is revealed. As a viewer, you become completely involved because you want to know not only what will happen but also why everything happened in the first place. Now we are very close to the climax, and from this point, every scene feels important. Lauren has already understood that someone has been playing a very dangerous game from the beginning, but she still does not know the complete truth. She only knows one thing: if she makes one wrong decision now, everything she has done since arriving in Berlin will become useless. The movie creates an amazing feeling of suspense because every character starts behaving differently. People who look climb now become nervous. Characters who were silent for the most movie suddenly began tracking important action. Now meeting becomes serious because everyone know the final moment are coming. As Lauren continues following the last few clues, she noticed that many events are connected in way she never imagined. A small conversation from the beginning of the movie, a strange looks between character and even tiny decision now starts making sense. The screenplay slowly join all these pieces together like a puzzle. This is one of the strongest parts of the movie because nothing feels random. One thing I really respect about Lauren is her patience. She never rushes into a situation without thinking. Even when she is under high pressure, she takes a few seconds to understand what is happening before making her next move. This makes her feel like a real intelligence officer instead of a normal action hero. Meanwhile, David Parcival becomes even more mysterious. Every time he appears on the screen, the audience starts asking new questions. Is he telling the truth this time? Is he helping Lauren? Or is he secretly protecting himself? His calm behavior makes him even more difficult to understand. The movie never gives a simple answer, and that is why his character remains interesting until the final act. Another thing that impressed me was how the movie showed that intelligence is sometimes stronger than weapons. Instead of solving every problem with fighting, Lauren often wins by observing people carefully. She watches how they speak, how they react, and how they avoid certain questions. These small observations help her understand the truth better than any gun cold. The visuals also become even more beautiful in this part of the movie. Berlin at night looks cold, silent, and full of hidden danger. The blue and purple lights reflect on the wet street, creating a stylish atmosphere. Every location feels alive, and every shadow makes the audience wonder if another enemy is waiting nearby. The background music becomes softer during several important scenes. Instead of loud sounds, the movie uses silence to increase the tension. You can hear footsteps, doors opening, distant traffic, and quiet breathing. This small sound make every scene feel more realistic, almost as if the audience is standing beside Lauren. As the mission reaches its final stage, Lauren realizes that the biggest challenge is not finding the secret list anymore. The real challenge is understanding who has been honest and who has been lying from the very beginning. In the word of Spice, a friendly smile does not always mean friendship. A helpful person may secretly be your biggest enemy. This idea is shown beautifully throughout the movie. The emotional side of the story also becomes stronger. Lauren has seen people lose their lives, watched trust break apart, and faced danger almost every single day. Even though she rarely shows her emotions, the audience can understand how much pressure she has been carrying since the mission started. The film also reminds us that every choice has consequence. A small decision made at the beginning of the movie can completely change someone's future. This makes the story feel carefully planned because almost every important event has a reason behind it. By this point, almost every secret is ready to come out. Every important character is moving forward the same destination. Every hidden plan is about to be tested. The audience know that only a few scenes remain before everything is finally revealed. The suspense becomes stronger than ever, and the excitement keeps growing because nobody can confidently predict how the story will finally unfold. This is exactly where Atomic Blonde proved that it is not just an action movie, it is a smart spy thriller that combines mystery, action, suspense, and emotional moment into one exciting experience. By the time you reach this part of the movie, you are completely involved in the story and eager to discover the final truth. And now the movie reaches the point where every question is about to receive an answer. Throughout the story, Lauren has been collecting clues one by one. Some clues looked impossible while others looked very small, but now she realized that every single clue was connected. Nothing happened by accident. Every event was part of a much bigger plan that had been running behind the scene. At this stage, Lauren is not longer reacting to danger. Now she is creating her own strategy instead of waiting for enemies to make the first move. She starts thinking several steps ahead. This shows how much she has grown during the mission. The woman who entered Berlin looking for answer is now the person controlling the situation. One thing I really enjoyed is that the movie never threats the audience like they can't understand the story. It expects viewers to remember earlier scene and connect different events together. Because of this, every new discovery feels rewarding instead of simply telling us the truth. The movie lets us discover it along with Lauren. Meanwhile, David Parshall becomes one of the biggest mysteries in the film. Even now, his true intention remains unclear. Whenever she speaks, his words sound believable, but his action creates doubt. This makes every conversation between Lauren and Parshall feel like a game of chess. Neither person wants to reveal too much, and both are trying to understand what the other is hiding. The movie also reminds us that the life of a spy is not about fame or glory, it is about making impossible decisions. Sometimes a spy has to choose between saving one person or complete the mission. Sometimes the correct decision is still cues when Lauren faces this quite difficult moment, main time, but she continues moving forward because she knows that the mission is bigger than any single person. The action, the action during the part remains realistic. There are no impossible miracles. Every step requires planning. Every fight requires effort. Every victory comes with injuries. After each dangerous situation, Lauren looks more tired than before, but she refuses to stop. This realistic approach makes the audience respect her even more. Another impressive part is the camera work. During several important scenes, the camera stays close to the character, allowing us to notice every expression, a smile, a quick glance, or even a few seconds of silence become meaningful. These visual details help tell the story without using long explanations. As Lauren reaches the final stage of her investigation, she begins testing the people around her instead of believing them. She asks questions carefully, watches their reaction, and compare their answer with everything she has already learned. This so that she is not only physically strong but also mentally sharp. One of the best messages of the movie is the appearance can be completely misleading. A person wearing a friendly smile may secretly be dangerous. Some Someone who looks suspicious may actually be trying to help. These ideas stay with the audience from the beginning until the almost very end. The music also deserves praise. It never feels it never feels out of place during emotional moment. It stays soft and support the scene during action. Seeing it increase the excitement without becoming too loud. The famous songs from the 19th century perfect match the Cold War setting, making the movie feel even more authentic. By now, every important character is standing at a turning point. The decision they make in the next few moments can decide the future of the mission. The audience know that the biggest truth is only moment away, but the movie still refuses to reveal everything immediately. Instead, it keeps increasing the suspense, making every new scene more exciting than the last one. This this slow build up is one of the greatest strengths of Atomic Blonde. Instead of rushing toward the final, it carefully prepares the audience for a climax where every earlier scene will finally matter. By this point, you are not watching just for the action anymore. You are watching because you genuinely want to know who has been telling the truth, who has been lying, and how all these different stories will finally come together. And now we finally enter the most important part of the movie. From this moment, every second matters. Lauren has almost reached the end of her mission, but she knows that this is also the most dangerous stage. Many missions fail just because before success because people come out confident. Lauren does not make the mistake. She stay calm, thinks carefully, and prepares herself for whatever is waiting ahead. As she moves forward the final destination, she notices that many people are trying to stop her. Some want to secret list for themselves, some want to hide the truth forever, others simply want to protect their own secret. This makes the situation even more complicated. It is no longer possible to spread friends from enemies because almost everyone is working for their own benefits. One of the things I admire most about Lauren is her confidence. Even after facing countless dangers, she never allowed fear to control her decisions. She understands that panic only creates mistake. So instead of rushing forward, she carefully studies every room, every secret, and every person before taking the next step. This patience becomes one of the biggest strengths. Throughout the movie, we have seen Lauren fighting many enemies, but this final stage proves that her greatest weapon is actually her mind. She noticed details that people ignore. A small change in someone's voice, a short pause during a conversation, or even a simple expression on a personal face gives her valuable information. These tiny observations slowly help her understand the complete picture. The screenplay deserves her appreciation because almost every mystery introduced earlier now starts connecting naturally. The writers never force the story, instead, everything feels planned from the beginning. While watching this scene, the audience starts remembering old moments and realized that the movie had been leaving clues all along. Another amazing quality of the film is its realistic action. During this final moment, Lauren is clearly exhausted. She has bruises on her body, injuries on her face, and she is physically tired after everything she has gone through. Yet she continue moving because she know that giving up now would make every sacrifice meaningless. The Berlin setting also reaches its fully beauty during this part. The dark street empty wearing cold weather and colorful neon lights create a unique atmosphere. Every location feels full of secrets. Even when nobody is speaking, the environment itself tells the audience that something important is about to happen. The background music becomes softer and more emotional instead of trying to make the scene louder. It quietly supports the story. This allows the audience to focus completely on expression of the character. Sometimes complete silence before more powerful than music because it increases the suspense naturally. Manuel David Percival remains one of the most unpredictable characters in the movie. Every time he appears, new questions arise. His claims a smile never tells the full story. His words sound believable, but his action continue creating doubt. This keeps the audience guessing until the very last moment. The movie also explores a important idea about trust. In the world of spies, trust can't be given easily. It must be earned. Lauren understands that better than anyone else. She realizes that even people working under the same flags may have completely different goals. This lesson makes the movie feel more mature than a normal action film. As everything moves forward, the final confrontation, every important character is forced to make one last decision. Some choose loyalty, some choose survival, and some choose power, and some choose betrayal. These different choices slowly bring every story together. One thing that impressed me the most is the movie never loses its balance. Even during the biggest action moments, the story remains the main focus. The action is exciting because it has emotional meaning behind it. Every fight happens for a reason. Every conversation changes something. Every decision pushes the story closer to its unforgettable conclusion. By this point, the audience is completely invested in Lauren and her mission. You are no longer watching only to enjoy the action. You genuinely want her to discover the truth and complete the mission successfully. That emotional connection is what makes Atomic Blonde stand out from many other spy movies. And now, after all these twists, mysterious danger mission, and unforgettable action scene, the movie is only a few moments away from revealing its biggest secret. The suspense reaches its highest level, and every viewer starts asking the same question: who has really been telling the truth since the very beginning? And now we finally reach the beginning of the climax. From the point onward, the movie becomes faster and more serious and much more intense. Lauren has spent the entire mission collecting information, surviving attacks, and trying to understand who is telling the truth. Now, all those experiences help her prepare for the biggest challenge of her career. As Lauren moves forward the final operations, she noticed that the people around her are becoming nervous. Earlier, everyone logged claim because they believed they had enough time, but now time is almost over. Every secret agency know that however controls the final information will have a hug advantage. Because of this the pressure on every character becomes greater than even before. Now one thing I really loved about this movie is how it slowly builds excitement instead of rushing into action. Many action movies only demand on explosions and gunfights, but Atomic Blonde understands that suspense is created by uncertainty. When the audience does not know what will happen next. Every scene, every scene automatically become more exciting. At this stage, Lauren starts trusting her in instincts more than anyone else words. She remembers every strange conversation, every unusual meeting, and every person who acted differently at important moments. Slowly, all these memories began connecting together. It feels as if understands of a small puzzle pieces are finally forming one complete picture. Meanwhile, David Parshval continue behaving in a way that keeps everyone confused. Is confidence keeps everyone confused. Is confidence never disappear even when danger situation appears. He speaks as if everything is under control, but the audience can't decide whether this confidence comes from experience or because he already know something that others do not. Every time he appears on screen, the mystery becomes deeper. The movie also reminds us that intelligence work is very different from normal police work. A spy can't simply arrest someone or ask direct questions. Every answer must be earned carefully. Every piece of information must be checked again and again because even one flawless detail can destroy a entire mission. This realistic approach makes the story much more believable. Another thing that impressed me was the emotional strength of Lauren. Throughout the movie, she loses people she trusted, but survives dangerous attack and faces constant betrayal. Even after all this, she never lets her emotions stop her from completing the mission. She understands that personal feeling must sometimes be controlled when the responsibility is so great. The action scene continue looking realistic instead of making Lauren look like a unbeatable superhero. The movie show her struggling in every fight. She breathes heavily, loses balance, gets injured, and still finds the strength to continue. This makes every victory feel satisfying because it comes after real effort. The visual presentation also remains outstanding. Every frame is filled with beautiful lighting, control, colorful reflection, and carefully designed background. The city of Berlin still feels cold, dangerous, and mysterious when empathy stirs great tension because the audience always expect another surprise. One interesting thing about the movie is that even the smallest character play important role. A person who appears only for a few minutes may unknowing change the direction of the entire story. This attention to detail show how carefully screenplay has been written as the mission reaches reaches its highest point. Lauren realizes that she is standing only a few steps away from the complete truth. She knows that the next few decisions will decide not only her own future but also the future of many secret agents whose lives depend on the missing information. The audience can also feel this growing excitement. Every conversation becomes shorter, every moment becomes quicker, every sound becomes more important. The movie creates a feeling that something unforgettable is about to happen. Even without leaving the final secret, it keeps increasing the suspense scene after scene. By now, almost every question asked the beginning of the movie is ready to receive a answer. The hidden connections are becoming clear. The lies are becoming to break apart. The true loyalty of the character are slowly become into the light, but the movie still keeps one final surprise hidden, making sure that the audience stay completely focused until the last few moments. This careful storytelling is one of the biggest reasons why Atomic Blonde is reminded as one of the most stylish and intelligent spy thrillers of recent years. It is not only about action, it is also about trust, secrets, survival, and the difficult choices people make when they are living double lives. And now everyone, this is the most where the movie feels completely different from the beginning. During the first half, Lauren was searching for answers, but now she already has many answers. The real challenge is deciding what to do with them. In the movie of spies, knowing the truth is sometimes more dangerous than not knowing anything at all. Once you discover a secret, many powerful people will do everything possible to stop you from revealing it. As Lauren moves closer to completing her mission, she noticed something very important. Every person she met during the mission was connected in some way. At first, these connections looked small and unimportant, but now they become clear. It feels like every character has been moving according to a hidden plan. This is one of the smartest parts of the screenplay because the audience slowly realize that nothing in the movie happened by accident. Meanwhile, the city of Berlin becomes even more dangerous. The street that looked empty before now feel like they are fully of hidden eyes. Every passing car, every unknown face, and every quiet building creates a feeling that someone is secretly watching Lauren. This atmosphere keeps the audience completely involved because danger can appear at any second. Now, one thing I really admire about Lauren is her ability to stay calm. Most people would panic after facing so many attacks, betrayals, and difficult situations, but she controls her emotions and keeps thinking clearly. Even when she is physically exhausted, her mind continues working. This balance between intelligence and courage makes her one of the strongest spy characters in the modern cinema. Another impressive thing is how the movie tells its story without explaining everything directly. Instead of giving long s- long space, it lets the audience notice a small details, a quick long between a quick look between two characters, a short pause between unanswering a question, or even a small object placed on a table can become important later. Because of this, the movie becomes even better when watched a second time. The relationship between Lauren and Dwight Parshall also reaches a very interesting stage. Neither of them completely trust the other, yet both continue working toward the same goal. Every conversation between them feels like a battle of intelligence. They carefully choose every word because of wrong sentence could reveal too much. This scene are exciting even without action because the dialogue itself creates suspense. The action in this part remains realistic. The movie never forget that Lauren is human. She gets hurt, becomes tired, and sometimes has to stop for a moment before continuing. This makes the audience respect her even more because every success comes through hard work instead of luck. The cinematography continues to shine. The use of light and shadow make every location look mysterious. Neon lights reflect on wet roads, old buildings create a feeling of history, and the cold weather reminds us that this mission is tracking palace during one of the most strange periods of the Cold War. Every frame feels carefully designed, giving the movie a identity. Another reason why this movie feels special is its pacing. It knows exactly when to slow down and when to speed up. After an intense action sequence, the movie gives the audience a quiet moment to think about everything that has happened. Then, just when you begin to relax, another unexpected event changes the direction of the story. This balance keeps the movie exciting from beginning to almost very and as the final operation comes closer, Lauren realizes that completing the mission will require more than a strength or intelligence. So finally, after so many fights, mysteries, and dangerous missions, the movie reaches its final reveal. Lauren finally understands that the truth was never as simple as it looked. The mission was not only about fighting a stolen list. It was also about discovering who was truly loyal and who had been playing a double game from the beginning. In the final moments, many hidden secrets come into the open. Some characters reveal their real intention, while others are exposed for the choice they made. The movie shows that in the world of spies, nobody is complete innocent, and almost everyone is protecting something important. This final reveal changed the audience understanding of many earlier scenes, making you realize that several clues were hidden in front of you from the very beginning. What I liked most is that the ending does not treat the audience like children. It does not explain every single detail again and again. Instead, it trusts you to connect everything yourself. After the movie ends, you naturally start remembering earlier scene and understand why different characters behaved the way they did. That makes the ending much more satisfying. The last few minutes also prove how intelligent Lauren really is. Throughout the movie, Strickland observes every situation carefully and never makes quick decisions without thinking. In the end, all those qualities help her complete the mission. The survivors not only because she is a great fighter but because she is smart than the people trying to stop her. One thing that deserves special praise is the direction. The movie begins as a stylish action thriller, slowly becomes a deep spy mystery, and finally ends with a conclusion that feels natural. Nothing feels forced. Every important event has a reason, and every major character plays an important role before the credits begin. The action remains fantastic until the last scene. Every fight feels realistic. Every chase keeps your head racing, and every suspense moment makes you wonder what will happen next. The stylish visuals and amazing background music and the Cold War setting make the movie feel different from most action films. If I talk about the performance, then Lauren completely carries the movie on her shoulders. Her confidence, expression, action scene, and claim personality make her one of the most memorable spy character in the modern cinema. David Parshall also leaves a strong impression because his character keeps the audience guessing almost until the end. Now let's talk about the positive. The movie has outstanding action, beautiful cinematography, excellent music, realistic fight scene, smart writing, and an engaging story. The biggest strength is that it respects the audience intelligence and never gives easy answers. Talking about the negatives, some viewers may feel confused during the first watch because the story has many twists, different spy agencies, and several hidden secrets. If someone watches the movie without paying attention, they may miss important details, but if you watch carefully, anything starts making sense. Overall, Atomic Blonde is much more than a normal action movie. It is a stylish spy thriller with strong performance, excellent action, suspense, mystery, and a smart story that rewards patient viewers. If you enjoy intelligence spy movies instead of simple action films, this movie is definitely worth watching. My final my final rating for Atomic Blonde is 8.8 out of 10 and that's it for today's review. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing review. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.